Welcome to Primo RV Center and inside a brand new layout for the new Coachmen Northern Spirit DLX series. We're super excited to have this great little couples coach. This is the 5260 RBS model, and it's going to come in at under 5,300 pounds, so very, very towable. But even though it's a little bit smaller, we feel it could be a great option to park as well. Just very wide open here, great amenities outside. So we're going to start out here on the inside, and just as we come in the door, immediately we're going to have our switch here for things like our awning, our slide out. We'll be able to check our all of our tank sizes in terms of how full they are, our battery levels. We do have solar here on board. We have a 100-watt panel here on board, and that'll help you if you are on the road with your 12-volt fridge here. So again, lights as well. So everything very, very accessible as you come in. Very, very wide open here, and I love the fact that they've extended out the counter here. So in terms of depth, so you can see you have a lot of room here. So this could be a great spot to, again, store all your boots, shoes, things like that. But it just gives you the option to always have some stools you may want to have there, or even some bar chairs with backs to them. So if you are more of a family that likes to entertain, have friends and family in, grandkids maybe sometimes that may be visiting or staying overnight, could be a great spot for them as well. So you have that option there with that space. And there's even still a little cubby there where you can tuck in some shoes or sandals, things like that as you come in. But very wide open, which a lot of times units aren't. Love the fact that on the road, fully accessible, you have your fridge here. So it's a 12-volt fridge, nice large 10 cubic foot 12-volt fridge. So very accessible to you on the road. So you can come in quickly, make a meal, and head back out and get through to the bathroom here as well. So you're going to see a ton of storage in here. We'll start in the front bedroom here. So as we come in, we've got some privacy here. We can pull across the door here. We've got airflow from either side. We've got a tremendous storage. So they've put in a great system here under the bed where you have multiple cubes on either side. And then a center here under the base of the bed, you're going to have a main storage area for things like your extra bedding and things like that. But all the way around the front, they've included cabinets here with doors, so you're not looking at things. You also have a cubby here at the very front for things like a CPAP machine, individual reading lights here. And we've got a emergency exit window as well as a blackout shade. And then we do have the setup here for a TV in the bedroom, should you wish to have one at a certain point. And on either side of the bed, you do have outlets. So should you, again, have a CPAP machine, no worries there. And you've got lots of room here to be able to get around the bed. So if you are somebody who's going to be traveling with it, don't necessarily want to open the slide, maybe just to stop and have a nap for a few hours, this unit certainly works very, very well. As we come in, we also have our thermostat very close to the door, so nice and easy to turn that on if it's a hot day. We have ducted air conditioning here that'll duct into the bathroom and bedroom for you. We do have a great little sofa here, which is right across from the entertainment area where you're pre-wired for your television here. Huge window behind that opens, so you've got lots of ventilation here, and you've got a large window in the kitchen as well. Our little Davenport sofa here with great storage underneath there. You can tuck away some bedding and things like that for extra guests, but that can make that extra bed should you want every once in a while for, again, maybe a grandchild who might visit you, or certainly a young adult family member. Huge kitchen here, just a ton of counter space. So again, even if you're not going to use that area to host guests, you just got a ton of counter space here to work with. So certainly for someone who enjoys cooking and preparing a meal, you're going to enjoy working in here because you have so much storage below. Great little spot for lots of pots and pans. Goes back about 3 feet underneath your 3 burners here. We've got the great little stove top here that doubles as a backsplash. I love the fact that they even included a little spice rack here as well. And again, plugins throughout the kitchen. Furnace is nice and central here for us. It is ducted throughout the coach as well. And then we have a nice high-rise faucet here with, again, the ability to drop in a sink lid here and use it as a bit of prep space as well. So just a wonderful kitchen with everything you need. You've got your microwave. Again, nice large 12-volt fridge here. So if you are somebody who's on the road, certainly having a couple batteries is always nice. And then that solar will kind of top it up as you hit the road as well. Love the fact that they've given you a multi-use closet here. So this could be both pantry, closet. These are all removable. And then the neat trick here, and especially if you were maybe going to park this layout, you have the ability here to, you're plumbed for a washer dryer. So you're all set up, and all these will be removable. You have outlets with power, plumbing. So again, very, very versatile. So it can be sort of the storage for, whether it be coats, whether it be extra food, whether it be the place to store all the extra towels. You just have a lot of options there. As we come in here, you can see how bright everything is in here. So this bathroom is massive. This is something we saw down in September at the open house in Indiana here. We were just thrown away by the size of the bathroom, and certainly for a couple here, this is something we saw a lot this year, where a lot more people were asking for larger bathrooms, and especially on a smaller coach. and there just wasn't much out there. So when we saw this unit, we knew this was a floor plan that we thought a lot of people would be very interested in, potentially as they downsize, because it is only 5,300 pounds. Again, 27 feet tip to tail. So you've got just a massive space here. Door here as you come in, lots of storage here behind the bathtub, or behind the toilet, I should say. And then again, you've got so much room here. It's never an issue in terms of being cramped around the toilet area. Again, they've notched out some great spots here where you can tuck in some shoes and other items. And then just a massive, massive space. So again, you've got lots of mirror space. You have double sinks, which you typically don't see in units, shorter than 32 feet. Typically that is about as short as you're going to get that. We already have some hanging spots here, but there's certainly lots of wall space to add more. You've got motion sensor lights, so you don't have to turn anything on at night, wake anybody up. Then a huge shower stall here. So if anybody has any mobility issues, certainly you have a lot of room here to work with. If you're somebody who maybe has a walker, wheelchair, things like that, or disability, this is going to be a very wide open and easy to use unit. So I think it's certainly in that community of those who do deal with disabilities. I think this can be an exceptional unit because it is very spacious at the door as well. So it could be something that's very, very functional for you, whether you're looking to travel or whether you're looking to just to park it in one location here. Let's take you outside and highlight some of the beautiful amenities on this coach. As we come outside, you're going to see the awning here. You've got a great little lend-a-hand, so we've got something to hold on to as we come out. So we've got our awning stretching back there towards our outside kitchen. We'll start here at the front. So at the very front, we've got lots of room for multiple batteries. So should you, again, want to hit the road here, we've got room for multiple batteries. Again, we have that solar, so when it's in storage, you're always going to get a trickle charge to your batteries. We've got a battery cutoff switch, which if it's in storage is very, very handy because you're going to make sure nothing's drawing power. Great that they included a standard power jack here on the front, so very handy. It's also got a backup on top so you can manually still crank it. But again, just makes it much easier to get on and off that vehicle. Beautiful front cap here. So we've got great big Coachmen layout, and as the sign says here, no bunks and under 5,500 pounds dry. So again, a very towable unit by a wide range of vehicles here. You don't have to have the largest truck by any means. So we've got great passenger storage here. On the other side, you're going to have the location for your charge controller that everything routes to. You could add more solar here should you wish or should you find you need it. Huge jacks here, so they'll be very, very stable. We are tandem axle standard. And then under our awning, as I mentioned, we've got our LED light running the full length here. So we do have a back tank flush here, which is very, very handy, especially if you end up putting it on site. A little harder to clean those tanks because you're just not moving, so you'll appreciate that. If you're hooked up to sewer, you could run that once or twice through the season and certainly help to keep things clean there for you as well. You have a little assist here on the side as well for winterization. We do have hot water on demand, which I didn't mention in the bathroom, but there is a switch there for that as well. So certainly, again, if you have that hookup for water on site, you've got endless hot water. It could be very handy if you ever did put a washer and dryer in here as well. So we do have a hood vent as well. At the back here, we do have a propane connection. So there is a quick connect here. And so great little functionality here with our back little kitchen area. So you've got the drink and snack fridge, which especially if the grandkids are visiting could be very handy. Spot to put some of your barbecue lighters and cutlery. We do have a plug-in here as well as a light. So again, somewhere you could plug in, whether it be an induction burner, whether it be your coffee maker, which I would do on the outside, set up a little table here, and then you've got an instant spot where you can mount the barbecue. You could hook into that quick connection if you have that style of barbecue, or should you purchase one. As we come around the back, standard, we're going to have your spare tire in the back. We do have the Lippert mount for their removable ladder, which we keep in stock at all times. And then there is a preset up for a backup camera, should you ever find that you need it. We have LED lights on the outside. Easy to replace aluminum siding here, which helps to make it a little bit lighter as well overall. And then we have our water hookup, our 30 amp service, and then we have both our black and gray hookup as well. You can see our slide out here. It's going to come out about 3.5 feet, so it does really open up that center. And again, especially if somebody or maybe a relative who likes to visit or come with you or travel with you, has any disabilities or perhaps is in a chair or certainly perhaps over time develops the need for one or something like a walker. This is a tremendous unit because it just has so much open area here, so things are easy to maneuver in and out. Certainly would be welcome, like I said, on a campsite. I think it could work very, very well, especially if you've got one that's maybe a little shorter or you want to get closer to a water site. This would be a wonderful option to do that in. We'd invite you out to Primo RV Center to come have a much closer look at this brand new 5260 RBS in Coachmen's Northern Spirit DLX Series.